At Apollo, safety is a value, not a priority, and we are committed to embracing an injury-free workplace. This video is for informative purposes only and should not be used in place of hands-on training. Make sure you have been cleared with your supervisor before using this machine. Okay, this here is our drill press. A couple things you need to know. What it's meant to do, obviously, is drill holes in your material. Specific hazards to look out for when you are drilling, because the piece is rotating, that it has a chance to snag, and that piece could come flying around, either slap you, hit you, fall out, damage the drill press, damage the material, the bits, all kinds of things. So PPE, safety glass is really important when using this, as you'll have metal shavings coming off. Gloves, leather gloves, the bits sometimes do get a little hot, and no real capacity on it. Kind of like a rule of thumb, the smaller the drill bit, the faster you can go. The bigger the drill bit that you're using, the slower you want to go. When you do feed into it, it's kind of like a happy medium. You don't want to just fly into it. If you go too quickly, you can ruin the bit. If you go too slow, you can actually burn the material or burn up your bit too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, when I walk up to this thing, I'm ready to go. When I put my drill bit in, I'm going in about an inch, and then I'm grabbing my chuck key over here, and I'll tighten it down with the chuck key, make sure it's nice and secure and straight. If you do put it in crooked, your bit will wobble. You'll be able to tell right away. So just, if that's the case, hit the stop, readjust, get it in there straight. I like to keep a vise up here on the table tray. I clamp this vise down so that can't spin if my piece does get snagged for whatever reason. And I'll just slide my piece in right there. And I'll use this vise to clamp it down. So now I know my vise is secure with my Bessey clamp back here. And my material's secure with the vise. So now I'm ready to go. This machine has 2 speeds, L1 and L2. They're going to be your forward. The 1's going to be slower, the 2's going to be faster. And then it does have a reverse. I can't see a scenario where you'd want the reverse. We got our light on so we can see our material. And now I'm ready to go. So I just turn it on. I'll bring my bit down into it, not too fast, but not too slow. And the key here is to let the drill bit do the work. You don't want to force it too much. You do need to add a little pressure, obviously, but the key is to let the drill bit do the work. I drill a hole. I let that come up. Try not to let go of that because it'll spin around. And there is actually a pinch point right there. I will show you that in a second. If you come down, you never want to stick your fingers in between there for whatever reason, because that is a strong pinch point there. And when I'm done, I unclamp my piece, I clean up my metal shavings, I turn it off, and I'll usually take the vise back to my workbench. Remember, Apollo expects each worker to go home in the same condition they came to work. Anything less than that is unacceptable. If you are unsure, stop and ask. Home healthy, home safe.